of above equilibrium and the equilibrium wage determinants can be described as discrimination. So let's talk about this. So discrimination occurs when the marketplace offers different opportunities to similar individuals who differ only by race, ethnic group, sex, age, and other personal characteristics. Although the discrimination is an emotionally charged topic, economists try to study the topic objectively in order to be in order to separate myth from reality, which means, can we explain discrimination? We can, if we cannot find the reasons that we just mentioned before the break. If that incident doesn't fall in those categories, then we can say that this is discrimination, right? So let's talk about this. So discrimination is often measured by looking at above average or looking by the average wage of different groups. So even in labor markets free from discrimination, different people have different wages, right? Lawyers have different wages, doctors have different wages, police, they have different wages, bankers, they have different wages, right? Even if there is no discrimination, even then people have different wage structure. So people differ in amount of human capital. We just discussed that in equilibrium wages. Even then people are getting different salary, right? So observing differences in wages among broad groups like white and black, because this is the classic example of discrimination, and also the men and women. So the theory or the research is they observed little prevalences of discrimination. Remember, we are not criticizing here, because discrimination is, we just talked about that it is emotional phenomena. If it is emotional phenomena, then we try to solve or try to find out the solution objectively rather than emotionally, right? So we will talk about the researches, the hard facts and figures, and then we try to find out that whether there is actually discrimination or not. Okay, so this table, or this is also the research done in US, and this is the research for 2003. So we observed that white men, they are getting 22% higher salary than black men. Women, they are getting 24% less salary than the white women. So men and women, if both are white, the difference in wages are 24%. If men, black and white, the difference is 22%. If white women and black women, the difference is 13%. If black male and black female or black women, their difference is 16%. So let's talk about this, whether these differences, they are discrimination, or can we explain it through above equilibrium wages or equilibrium wages. Let's talk about that. So upon researching these facts and figures, we found out that the whites are, among the male workers, whites are about 75% more likely to have college degree than blacks. So that's not my opinion, guys. That's a research done in 2003 by economists, and they find out that the white people, they have more college degrees. Can we explain it through human capital? Yes. The more you have the degree, the more you have the wages. Okay, this can be explained. Yes, means there is no discrimination when it comes to white male and black male. Okay, among whites, male are 11% more likely to have professional degrees than women. Okay, can we explain that? Yes. This is also not discrimination. Women career is likely to be interpreted by raising kids. The types of job women choose differ largely. It means there is a compensating differentials because they don't want to disturb their married life by raising kids and also indulging in riskier jobs. So they want to apply for less riskier job. So that's why they are getting lesser salary. So there is a compensating differential. So that difference between men and women, so the difference between, here we go. So that difference between male and female, that 24 to 16%, is due to compensating differential, right? Because of their career. Most of the careers, now there are also, single parent mothers or those without kids or singles, they are, achieving those careers. Yeah, they are exception, but the percentage are, ignorable or very small. So even after controlling for human capital and job characteristics, if workers are paid less than, it might seem natural to blame employers. Even after controlling the fact that, okay, there is a compensating differential, there is, human capital, signaling theory, right? Even then we see that two-person abilities are the same and now people, they are getting different salary. And we can say that, okay, we smell discrimination here. So the layman excuse is that we blame employers. We blame the boss. So firms that do not discriminate will have lower labor cost when they hire the employees. So what do you think? Employer wants their costs higher or their cost lower? Of course, they will choose the option B because employers, they will care about their economic profits, right? So they will not discriminate. Even if an employer is discriminating, he can discriminate temporarily because in the long term, if he continue to do so, its total cost is going to be rising because he would be paying higher salary, right? And higher salary will lead to higher total cost. High total cost means their profit going to be decreasing. So due to competition in markets, non-discriminatory firms will tend to replace firms that discriminate. If they are discriminating, that discrimination will last for a very short term. Otherwise, they will be kicked out from the market. Right? What does it mean? It means competitive markets tend to limit the impact of discrimination on on wages. Right? They want to pay less salary. They don't want to pay higher salary on the basis of looks, on the basis of blue eyes, brown eyes, right? On the basis of blue skin, white skin. If they discriminate that, it means their total cost is going to be higher and they are no more competitive in the future. It means they may lose their position and they may think about exiting the market. So firms that do not discriminate will be more profitable than those that do discriminate. So it means discrimination by the employer is not the case, is the case in short term, but it cannot survive for a longer period of time. Do we still see discrimination? Then what are the reasons? The reasons are either from customers or either from governments. Surprising, right? So although the profit motive is strong force acting to eliminate discrimination or discriminatory wages differential, there are limits to its corrective abilities. Number one, customer preferences and government policies. So what I'm trying to say is that Discrimination occurred? Yes. Discrimination occurring? Yes. Due to employer? Answer, no. Due to one or two factors. Either customer want discrimination, or either government's policies, they require discrimination. What? Let's talk about this. So discrimination, customer preferences. Number one, if customers have discriminatory preferences, for example, if a customer prefer female waitress over male waiters in restaurant, then what the employer will do? Because employer want to increase its profit, and customer, they want female waitresses. In that case, they will fire the male waiters and hire more female waitresses. Sorry, guys. So that action is prompted by customers, not the employer. So a competitive firm, a competitive market is consistent with discriminatory wages differential, but that discrimination is triggered by customers. So this will happen when customers are willing to pay to maintain this discriminatory practices. They will visit your restaurant more if you have female waitresses. It means they want to pay more if you have female waitresses. Similarly, the government can also trigger discrimination. When the government mandates discriminatory practices or requires firms to discriminate, this may also lead to discriminatory differentials, wage differential. For example, if the government passes law that only female workers in restaurant can wash dishes, then the male workers, what will happen? The male worker will lose their job. Or if they want to be there, they will be paid very less salary. What if the government passes law, okay, there is no more male nurses, only female nurse? What if customer wants in a hospital, in, for example, in parenting hospital or in daycare centers, only females, not males, attendants, or what you call nannies, only female nannies, that's it. Then you can say that there is discrimination required by the customers or the government. So that typical mentality, a layman, idea in our mind that if discrimination occurs, the natural blame is on employer. And that layman excuse is no more. Why? Because researchers show that the discrimination occurs and only can be occurred and maintained by customers and the government. Because if employer maintains this kind of discrimination, he will no more be competitive and his competitors will win the market and he may be forced to exit the market in the long run. So in short run, he can, yes, but for very limited time. So competitive markets contain the natural remedy for employer discrimination, the entry into the markets of a firm that care about profits. They eliminate discriminatory wages differentials because they want to limit or lower their total cost.